All right. Good evening, everyone. This is the Geek-Posium. My name is Darren Silvers of HentaiKick.com, and of course, the only man who has all of his ideas taken by people much more popular than him.
I'm, and I'm Shep of Winning the War in Pants.
If one more person moves to West Virginia and makes their own compound, so help me God.
What if I told you that's my plan in 4 years?
I hate you.
Hey, I need to practice law somewhere. Once I get done.
Why West Virginia? Why not regular Virginia?
Because I live in regular Virginia and it sucks.
Exactly. You can sit there and fight the laws there. The laws of West Virginia are A-OK.
Also, I do intend to practice in Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, but I also plan to practice in Ohio.
Why Ohio? You know what? Fine.
Because I have family in Ohio who need lawyers.
That's so far away. It's so far away, and that's like 4 freaking bar tests to take.
Well, most of them are like use the multi-state bar, so
okay, then you're fine then.
Virginia is a little bit weird.
I know Virginia is like only them, except for
like you take the multi-state bar, but there's like a bunch of other stuff you got to take.
Yeah, there's also like a thing for the federal for DC, but that's DC.
Yeah. The change in a couple years anyway, so
yeah. Anyway, I'm fresh from DerpyCon, so I'm half dead. If I suddenly fall asleep, it's gonna happen. I'm also full of way too much food, so excuse me.
Yeah.
The nap did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like I slept for like 3 hours and I woke up and I went, nothing. I'm still exhausted. Want nothing to do with anyone. But next week we will be doing this on Monday.
Monday.
Okay. Yes, because my schedule has changed. Life has changed. Stuff changes. We are opening up with Coinbase
crypto news.
Yeah.
Because I'm sneaking in NASCAR news again.
You know, I saw the Rocket League moment this morning, and I'm like, oh, people are doing Rocket League in NASCAR now.
That wasn't this morning. That was this evening. That was the race that just happened.
Whatever. Morning. I woke up and it was there. It was morning to me.
Yeah, that was the end of the Martinsville race, which is always the fall Martinsville race is always an S show and entertaining AF.
What happened in Coinbase besides people accidentally giving people $100,000?
No, 181 million.
That's worse than what I read. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Shiba Inu.
That is insane.
So this driver, Keith McGee, he's in a hard spot. He's trying to fund his NASCAR team, but he's okay, but he's not great, and he's been trying to like fund his truck team.
Mm-hmm.
And he was unable to secure funding to participate in the finale at Phoenix.
Right.
He wakes up, he complains about it on Twitter. He wakes up the next day, finds a 181 million in his Coinbase wallet.
Did people know it was his Coinbase wallet, or was it just like, oops?
He thinks this is an accident.
Mm. So he's just gonna sit on it. So
he's trying to give it back.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll take it.
You know what I could do with $181 million in Shiba Inu? 1, buy 3 whole Bitcoin.
I mean, he could fund a cup team with that.
Probably. And 2, I could finally build my dream West Virginia compound.
The one that you gave the idea for to Tim Pool?
No, Tim Pool's idea was my libertarian compound where someone's going to kill me. That's his own damn fault. Free Damastan. Come on, man. You got to give it a funkier name than that. Chicken City would have been just fine.
Are you going to play guitars Are you going to play your guitar to the chickens?
No. As I look and I go, my guitar is nowhere near me. Good.
Wait, you were going to grab the guitar and start playing it?
I was in a band for a crappy garage band for a while, and I did learn to play guitar in middle school, so chicks would think I was hot. So like
Well, we all did that.
like any good like pubescent boy, I went. Girls don't think I'm pretty. What can I do? Those guys are ugly. They play
Wait,
guitar. Okay, I need to
wait.
be in a band
The way you're phrasing this is phrasing some flags.
because I joined a band to get girls
No, the way you described it,
because I'm
saying
ugly.
girls don't think I'm pretty.
Yes, girls don't think most boys are pretty.
You could have said good looking.
Good looking is different than pretty. And I also grew up with a lot of glam rock, so leave me alone.
Point.
Bon Jovi,
Bon Jovi is excellent.
Aerosmith. Moving on.
Anyway, so yes, so
So he's trying to give it back.
he's trying to give it back,
Has
and they're not responding.
Coinbase is not responding. Well, does this happen on the weekend? Does this happen on the weekdays? Because I find Coinbase does not respond
It
to
was
anything.
on Wednesday
Okay, the Coinbase
or
needs to.
Thursday. It happened on Thursday.
All right. Well, if he reached out on like Friday, then unfortunately, how do I put
He
this?
reached out on Thursday.
Coinbase tends to be very slow in responses if you do it at the end of the week. It's kind of like when someone has an IT ticket on Friday afternoon. I go, you can hold off on that till Monday.
Yeah,
I don't need to do that till now.
like anybody sends in a ticket on Friday past 2:00. It's like I leave in an hour. I don't care.
It's like
It's nothing on fire. Okay, this is just a software install. I don't care. I'll take care of it on Monday.
I can do that Monday morning. I will remote boot it myself. Anyway, so what else is going on?
Fruits Basket is getting a movie.
I'm not okay. I'm gonna say this out loud because we've had a lot of old anime coming back. Make something new, Japan.
This is starting to get to reboot city. That's one of the issues with the Western scene.
Yes. Okay. I need you guys to make something new, Japan. Please. Like, don't get me wrong, there's lots of really good new anime. Crap, what the hell's the name of that show? I just pulled it up earlier.
Are you talking
today
about Crow You Can't Communicate?
No, although that one's great. No, I'm talking about let me pull up my Crunchyroll. Because
Darren looks at his phone.
Well, Darren looks at his phone and figures out what the hell was he looking at while at DerpyCon at 2 in the morning, lying in bed, streaming it to his TV in his hotel room. Let's see here.
Apparently,
TactOP.Destiny. Like, that's good. That's the one. Beautiful.
There's a lot of good new stuff coming out that I'm excited for.
Yeah, like that one just came out. It's great.
That said, I do kind of feel like you should like the classics should still be in circulation.
I feel like any good classic will survive on its own merit.
Point.
Ghostbusters survives to this day, even through all of the crappy remasters. Everyone just watches the old one. So
the original is excellent.
Yes. So, in my overall opinion, is you want to make a new movie? Fine,
go do it.
Okay, go do it. But for the love of God, let this show die. It's done. It's over. We finished. Good night. Anime
I think
NYC.
half the girls in my high school would disagree with you, though.
Half the girls in your high school needed to get a boyfriend.
Well, small town, nothing to do.
Yes, except for drugs.
There was lots of that going around.
I know. Small towns, drugs. Anyway, moving on. What else we got?
Speaking of anime movies, My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia debuted at number 2 here in the U.S.
This is the third or second movie.
I think it's the third.
Is this the one where Deku's the villain, or the one where Deku fights the weird dude with Bakugo?
I don't know because I haven't seen it yet.
Let me look at the preview thing. World's Hero Mission. I think this is the second movie.
This is the third.
The third movie? Okay.
Yes, it debuted at number 2 today. I mean, this
Awesome.
week.
Awesome.
I intend to see it, and I'll get a review out after I see it. It's just I had a packed weekend, and I have a packed next 3 days.
I had a packed weekend with DerpyCon, so
I wish I was at DerpyCon, but
it was a fun time. Sorry you missed it. It was the weird. We'll go over that later. We'll go over that later in like later segments. So this is the My Hero Academia movie where Deku becomes a villain, and every fandom girl like creamed themselves. Like, yes, evil Deku. I'm like, why do you? You're the ones who hate toxic people, but you cream yourselves over villains.
they keep shipping Deku Bakugo.
That makes no sense. It's
And
Uraraka.
but you do any shipping with Uraraka or any of the other female heroes, they go, oh, they're 16 or 15 or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's canon that Ochako and Deku are kind of a thing. So get over yourselves.
I figured that was canon, even though I don't watch My Hero all that often.
It was very much put in place in the last month or two in the manga. I'm like, oh, this right here is it. This is the confession scene, and he figured it out. And canon, good. Thank you. Good night.
And a million Deku Bakugo shippers
Started threatening murder to the creator. Yes,
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, I said cry because I was giving them credit, but I shouldn't have given them credit.
You gave them too much credit. These are the same Undertale, Understuck, Homestuck, Italia people that have been going through this. Like, you guys need to stop.
I forgot.
We're totally original and completely okay. You are the most toxic community. You just keep changing from thing to thing to thing.
I forget who it was. I think maybe it was Tokyo Pop. No, it wasn't Tokyo Pop. It was one of the manga publishers. Put out something for Hitalia about being released. It's like,
that was 7 Seas. I have to double check.
It's like, why are we getting hit? Why are we getting so much hate? You all read Hitalia in middle school. We were there. Like, yes, I see the same. It's like, now don't pretend that now that you're into sports anime or cute girls doing cute things that we don't remember this.
First of all, I always enjoy cute girls doing cute things, especially when those cute things are hate crimes and proving that their nation deserves to destroy the other nation, which is the entire point of the new Gundam game I'm getting next week. Hate crimes? No, it's war crimes. Same shit.
I
destroy the new types.
I need to buy that. And wait a minute, they're Zeon. They should already be new types.
All right, wait, is that how that went? Oh yeah, that's right. They are the superior humans because they are new types, and they have to destroy the old humans.
Yeah, they're the new types.
It's very much Magneto. Got you. I'm tired. Am I wrong?
What are you secretly a Blue Cosmo supporter over there? Are you destroying the coordinators for this blue and pure world?
The Brotherhood of Mutants did nothing wrong. Ever. Humanity deserved it.
Are you planning to crash a space colony into the planet now?
Did I ever tell you my idea of creating my own nation in space and how I would just defend it by throwing rocks at the Earth?
No. You did tell me about your idea about buying a decommissioned carrier and turning into your island paradise of femboys and tomboys.
Yes, that's another idea. But my overall plan is my end goal is space colony, and then whenever the Earth refuses to give us what we want, we just throw a rock at them. A rock being an asteroid. So
Have you sold this idea to Elon Musk yet?
I've tried to keep that away from him because he'll probably try and stop me. Jeff Bezos might be in on it though.
He had his giant penis rocket.
Exactly. Like, I know you want to penetrate this asteroid and then shove it right into the Earth.
So, not Bezos. Musk. The other day, speaking of, he responded to a tweet where it's like, "Oh, we could solve world hunger with $6 billion. That's 2% of Musk's net wealth." He said, I will sell Tesla stock to raise $6 billion and give it to the World Hunger Program. But there has to be open accounting so the public knows where it's going.
Yep.
Crickets.
Nothing? Yeah. That's
No
because
response.
every single nonprofit that is any good works itself out of business. And any
Yes.
nonprofit that's been going on for more than 20 years no longer is about that cause.
It's become a laundering scheme of some sort.
It is at this point. It exists just to keep itself existing.
See Susan G. Komen.
Yep. Anyway, so I'm happy that the third movie came out. I'm really happy that it's there. I'm hoping it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD so I can buy it.
Hopefully.
Unfortunately, through Funimation, but good.
You can always buy it. You can always buy the Japanese release.
I could, but someone
Play Asia still is a thing.
Someone in my life needs dubs to enjoy a show. So if I'm gonna have a movie night, I gotta get them the dubs. Someone in the company.
Oh.
Yes. Damn you, Mike. Anyway, he can buy the movie and then we'll watch it at his place.
Yep.
All right.
Somewhat related anime news, but leaning into video game news.
What do we got?
HoloLive virtual YouTuber Inagami Korone becomes evil god in indie horror game.
Does she actually become an actual evil god, or is this like she did a bit?
She's a character in the game.
Okay, that's kind of funny. I mean,
the game is called Evil God Korone.
What? What?
Have you seen some of Korone's how do I say this?
No, I watched the English VTubers.
More Yabe moments.
No, I watched the English VTubers like Gargura and I watched Coco for a while, and then she went away, and then I watched what the hell's the Watson and the girl, the Reaper girl. What's her name? Screw it.
Callie.
Yeah, like that's it. Those were the only ones I watched, and even then it was like, oh, this is cute. I'm bored.
That's why I tend to only watch clips, but
that's where I get most of my is just clips because it's like.
Although I do watch the Holo Graffiti because that's subbed in English by HoloLive.
I don't have the energy to subtitle Uchiha.
Even though it's only, you just told me that we just talked about you buying subs of something.
Yes, but that's for an anime. I don't have the energy to be doing that for a live stream.
It's not HoloLive Graffiti is anime, but it's 3D animated, but it's anime, but with the HoloLive personalities.
I hate it more.
It's essentially
it sounds like the last version of Berserk. Moving on.
Anyway, so a lot of stuff with Koroni's like, oh, she's sweet and innocent, and then she's threatening it. She's like, oh yeah, I take boxing, and I'm going to threaten to beat up all these other HoloLive members.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
And then there's the famous Doom streams.
Yes, the Doom streams are always hilarious, and the ones where she's like defusing a bomb is always funny.
I die. Thank you forever.
Bye bye. That laugh just gets you. All right,
Especially
what's
that clip in particular, because Kelly's just like, "What? No!"
all right, moving on. What's next?
Um. So Oculus as a company does not exist anymore.
Now they're Meta, right? Or they're part of
They're
Meta.
they're a division of Meta, which is what Facebook's rebranding to.
Um, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Uh, First of all, did you see Zuckerberg's like weird commercial for Meta where
No, because
he's like you can now you can enjoy your life wherever you are. I'm like, did you just get a 3D model of your house? What? Why would I want a 3D model of my house?
I haven't
First of
seen
all,
those commercials at all, because they're
They-
still running the commercials saying, "Censor, censor me more, daddy."
Facebook whistleblower says we need more censorship. Facebook agrees. No.
Every time I turn on I stop watching like YouTube or Netflix or whatever, and I turn on the TV to watch sports or something during the commercial break. During the commercial break, it's like, it is so hard censoring all this content. We need government to step in.
No. No. I would never trust the government to censor anything ever. I don't trust the government to censor like classified documentation. Why would I? Why would I
They
trust you?
do. They already do a horrific job of that.
You mean where I can just highlight and see everything? Yeah, that's they're doing a great job of that. Great job, guys. PDF highlight. Oops.
Yep. Oops.
Anyway. Well,
But they're doing the whole the Rift, the Oculus Quest and the Oculus Rift 2 are not dead. They're just called something different now.
whatever.
That would be more integrated.
I mean, VR is not really something I'm that into because I personally can't deal with it. It gives me my body says one thing, my brain says another thing from the visual cues, and my whole body and my brain goes nope, nope, and goes full tilt. It's like when you hit a pinball machine too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the thing. Like Beat Saber, I can play for a while. I enjoy.
I can do like the weird virtual like lobby things where you just hang out in weird things, but then everyone gets it turns into a 4chan meme really fast.
Yes.
When you're just like, man, 4chan's right. Things do become significantly more right wing unless you censor them. We should start with the furries.
Speaking of,
Furries?
that's actually a really good segue.
Oh god, did I segue into something with furries? I did. What is this, by the way? Like you showed me this, and I didn't even bother looking at the actual article. I was like, what the hell is this? And I just called it a
So
day.
there was a platformer released called 20 Ladies.
Okay, and they turned everyone into rabbits.
For the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 release, they were told to censor it. So they turned everyone into rabbits.
Is the Nintendo Switch version not rabbits?
I don't think it's on Switch.
It said Switch on like the second paragraph there. Puzzle platformer launching November 19th.
Oh, it is on Switch. Oh
Yeah.
Lord, I thought it was for Steam.
Yeah, Switch. You can enter the trailer here.
I think my mind just substituted Steam because I still have the Nintendo thing.
There you go. Well, apparently you can get lewd platformer on Steam, but you're getting like bunny something on
PlayStation.
Yeah. 20 ladies, 20. Okay, that's just I don't even know. PlayStation, what are you doing?
Sounds like no. Said this no. this okay, even though this is more degenerate.
That is, I mean, first of all, not only are they bunnies, they're lowly bunnies.
Yes.
It's worse. They're underage. What are you doing? Let me.
Nice job, Sony.
Great job there, Sony. I enjoy what you're doing, ruining an entire generation of children and turning them to evil, degenerate weebs who enjoyed rabbits. We had enough problems with Beastars.
We had enough problems with the original Space Jam.
We had enough. No. I mean, a little bit. We had enough problems.
These
with,
are like saying no, and then a little bit.
a little bit. We had ourselves enough problems with Zootopia. Was that the bunny rabbit?
Zootopia.
Yeah, the bunny rabbit police officer chick. And like the sheer amount of pornography that came up on that one, I'm like, why is this? And it wasn't just like fan art on DeviantArt; it was like e-thoughts. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it! I will say a lot of bunny tail accessories were added to Amazon at that time frame. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
If you know what I mean. All right. So yeah. So if you want to play 20 ladies, Switch. If you want to play 20 bunnies, not Switch.
PlayStation.
Thanks, PlayStation.
Thank you, Sony.
You know, if
ruining everything.
If I could get my Gundam game on Switch, I'd play it on Switch. But I
can't. Bandai.
Bandai and Namco. I know you've been re-releasing a lot of things on Switch because I see you with Nuni whatever Nuni Kino, or I can't remember the White Witch and the other one, both 1 and 2. I'm like, I could buy that for $70, but I already own it on PlayStation. I should probably finish on that first. But I hate PlayStation. I don't want to hate buy things. That's how we got Biden in the office.
I'm not going to say what I'm going to.
About a holy crap.
I'm not going to say anything about how I bought a Brandon Brown Bush Series Xfinity Series sweatshirt.
Yep. All right.
we still find uses for that Chiron.
I do. That Chiron,
I didn't even see it until you just took it off.
Yeah, I still find uses for. All right, what's our is our last thing already?
That's our last thing already.
All right, and then
we did stuff on Tuesday and then Wednesday, and it's been a short week,
and not a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. It was a very slow news week. How do I know? Because we talked about Meta.
Yeah.
Which was the dumbest thing I've heard all week.
You want to know something?
What?
I'm so meta this acronym.
No. You want to know something? People are going to hijack that entire hashtag to sell pictures of topless cosplay girls. By people, I mean me. It's going to be me. I'm going to do it.
So, con news. PAX South is canceled for the foreseeable future.
As in, it's canceled. It's not coming back. Now, PAX South is owned both by the creators of Penny Arcade and Reed Pop, I believe. Or Reed Expo. It's
Reed Pop.
Yeah. And Reed Pop has pulled a lot of things off the table in the last year due to pandemic, and I'm sure PAX South, with it being in Texas, probably makes them go, "Oh no, we can't! Oh no, we will get ourselves in trouble." No.
What they're saying is it's because it hadn't grown before it was canceled for COVID, and then COVID's making them cancel a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say, buddy. I'm sure PAX South is doing just fine. I'll admit the PAX cons hit critical mass in the first years. In the first years they were ever done, and at that point in time, I don't think anyone ever really tried going to more of them because the PAX cons are generally speaking the same con over and over and over again. If you go to one, you got the same one regardless, unless you're going to Unplugged.
And you only get like one of the reasons you go is to get like the first couple of years that they do a PAX. It's like, oh, here's a processor. Here's free stuff that we're randomly giving away.
Mm-hmm. And tournaments and other stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you're not a hardcore video gamer, it's like, oh, this is cute, and then you're like, I'm done. What do you mean done? Like it's just one big thing of games, and it's a lot of noise, and it's a lot of people, and it's just one big vending area and video game arcade. And while I like video game arcades and I like vending areas, I I have a local con. I don't have to spend. I don't have to shill $300-$400 to do that at.
Yeah.
A video game con in New Jersey, and it's like I think $70 for the weekend. I don't know. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But they're local. I can go to them. I don't even need a hotel room. Well, every other PAX I need a hotel room. I need to go to Boston to go to, or whatever the hell one in California. Is it California or Seattle? Or
The PAX is in Seattle.
okay. And then this one's in San Antonio. The only one I would not need a hotel room for would be PAX Unplugged. That's just tabletop. And I go, this is just Gen Con.
Yeah, that's just Gen Con.
Like this is just Gen Con. All right. Okay. I mean, I like it. I enjoy it. I love tabletop games, but at the same time,
there's tabletop stuff at other cons.
That, and I think I only go there because con I work with will send me there to go and scope out stuff and get them games. So like they give me like, hey, get stuff you think people would like, and I'll try out games. I'll get a few games. I'll talk to developers or game designers and get them to send us free stuff and stuff like that. All that nonsense. But I'm not that surprised to see this con die out, because again, PAX had overflowed its market a long time ago. A long time ago.
Video game cons have kind of started to die off.
Well, video game cons used to be where you would get a lot of news about video games and things, and then everyone started doing direct streams. I'm surprised E3 still exists.
They still do stuff on E3 weekend, but they don't. Everyone does their own show.
There's no reason to do all this other nonsense. So video game cons dying out, it's a natural process, especially when, again, everyone can they don't have to spend thousands of dollars to set up an area at a con. They can just do a stream. Yeah. And Nintendo is ridiculously good at this. That they like, everyone's like super, Nintendo Direct's today. Oh, I gotta watch it right away. Go, relax, guys. It's gonna be, you can watch the replay. Like,
you can watch the replay, and all that news is gonna come out very quickly anyway.
Yeah, so you don't have to sit there and be like, I got the news first. Go, who the fuck? Yeah, I don't. It's gonna come out regardless. Relax, you'll be fine.
Yeah, just chill.
Jeez, like everyone gets really hyped up about that, and I'm like, you guys need to calm down. You're like 37. You're gonna have a heart attack. Relax. You eat too much salt. You drink too much caffeine. Calm down. Also, see here's your doctor. You're a little overweight. Who
are you giving me personal advice?
I'm giving advice to someone who I know is gonna hear this later, and I'm like, how dare you talk about me? I'm not fat. The pandemic just made me not able to go to the gym. And I go, yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
Okay.
I lost weight during the pandemic.
I'm slightly chubby.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I mean, this isn't too uncommon. A lot of smaller cons also died throughout the pandemic year.
Yeah.
I was talking with a bunch of the other panelists who were at DerpyCon, and we were just kind of shooting the breeze, talking about what's going on in the con scene and where we see things. And I was like, I feel like the cons that do well this year are going to be just fine. The ones that don't do well had some big mishap or problem. I think New York Comic Con had a huge problem because it's a large international con, but it's a large.
Not a lot of international people came over.
One and two, to get in to do anything in New York City, you need to have a vaccine card, whatever. And a lot of people are hesitant about bringing their vaccine card whatever which way. No one likes showing their papers for anything. And two, you can like, well, you just use the app. And I go, I don't really want to give New York City access to my medical information either.
Yeah, it's like New York City's competent at doing everything they do,
New York City
like picking up the trash.
couldn't keep people from stealing my money from my Metro card. What? What the heck do you think? Why would I trust them with my medical information? Absolutely not. I can't trust them to do anything right. Just a general feeling about New York City. That crazy crap hole. So generally speaking, a lot of people are like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to bother going. Just because it was a huge pain in the butt. Even people I know who got like tickets for like a day, they're like, nah, we're not going. I go, why not? I go, it just wasn't worth it. I go, you bought tickets and everything. What do you mean it wasn't worth it? We're in New Jersey. You take the $10, $12 train ride to New York. It's not hard. Or you get off at a certain stop. You turn that $10 train ride into an $8 train ride by taking the subway between New York and New Jersey.
I know a guy who goes every year, helps a friend of his Ven, and he uses it as an excuse not to just go to the con, but also he has family in Long Island.
Okay.
And he decided, no, it's not worth it this year.
Yeah, it's generally speaking not worth it to go for a lot of people, and I understand why. It's usually very, very, very crowded, and this year it wasn't very crowded. And I go, that's not a good sign. No, it's great because we can move around. That's not a good sign.
That's
for the
not
con.
a good sign for that con.
That con has always been well above capacity, like well above capacity. And even if
you could actually move in that con, and that's a bad sign for that con.
Mm-hmm. Like you'd have to strategically plan out when you had to take a bathroom break because of
like
how
even just attending, you would have to plan it out.
Just because it was so hard to move around, you'd be like, the bathroom's 80 feet that way. Crap. Okay, this is gonna take us like 20 minutes. Can I hold it? So, watching that happen was just awful. And then the level of content wasn't great either coming out of New York Comic Con.
And we've seen it like cons I've enjoyed. We've seen the pandemic cause issues.
Yeah. I mean,
Matt Surrey, they had mostly new staff this year.
Yeah, it's going to happen. DerpyCon, they planned out that con in like 3 months. So, good on them, but oh dear Lord.
Oh boy.
And then watching all of that happen was just something. I guess this is anime news now that we're talking about anime cons. I don't even know.
We're talking about con news in general.
Entertainment news, I guess. Yeah, that works.
That works.
So we were talking about this, and like we're sitting there going through like all the lists of small cons that we know that are gone. A lot of college cons are gone. They might come back later, but right now a lot of colleges are very iffy on having any kind of gathering at all.
Yeah.
Especially in the Northeast. So my entire corridor, most of the small cons I do in spring and fall are gone, just gone. Usually the last con I do for the year is Anime USA, but that one was gone due to something else.
Yeah, it was the pandemic was involved in it, but it was on the rocks before the pandemic because of developer issues.
Yeah, and if they have enough money, the BCC is still right there. I'm just saying.
If they have enough money, the BCC would be an excellent move for AUSA.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was starting to outgrow the Wardman Park Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It could grow into the BCC. It would be a good replacement for Otakon. All of the people are like, "Oh, Otakon needs to be in Baltimore." They could go to that.
Yeah. They'd stop bitching about it. Like, oh, Otakon should move back to Baltimore. No, hold on. Otakon should not move back to Baltimore. There's not enough room.
Although it would be kind of funny. It would be kind of funny because Anime USA's original venue was an old venue for Otakon and Katsucon.
So it would be an ongoing, just following where Otakon goes.
Yeah,
that would be funny. Excuse me, I am emotionally exhausted. I did 4 panels at DerpyCon. DerpyCon was great, by the way. They sold
I was about to ask about that.
out of single day tickets.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
Always a good sign. Now I know a couple of people who just came by, hung out for a few minutes, and left. The video game room was well organized. The tabletop room was okay. They had some room called the meme room. I could not get into. It was always full of people.
What?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what was going on in there. There was just a ton. I go, why everyone's in here? I want to
Because
see
memes.
what's going on.
Because memes. Although, why?
I don't know. I did panels in the same room every single day I was there.
That's
So,
excellent.
no, it's terrible because I knew the exact issue I had every single time I walked in.
Oh no.
I'm like, I need an audio line for this. Okay, cool. They say it's there.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So I just had that same issue all weekend long, and I didn't do the Sunday panel because I had done 4 at that point, and I'm like, Mike, you've done 0 panels. You're doing the Sunday panel by yourself. I'm tired. Because he left early on Saturday because originally our Sunday panel was supposed to be on Saturday. And I was like, okay, we'll do that one together or whatever. And then we can hang out in case they need us for another panel. And he did not stay. And at like 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., they're like, hey, can you do one of your waitlisted panels for us at 7? I go, yeah, absolutely.
But he was already gone.
Yeah, he had left for the evening. And I'm like, can you come back 10 minutes? He goes, no. I go, all right, then.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to get you your badge money back, buddy. It's fine. But yeah, the return of Charles Dunbar, who I thought was done with conventions.
Yeah, he had been on like his retirement tour for like 3 years, and then
he told us he was done. He told us he was done last year. He was like, "This is my last
2019. Con. He was like, "This is my last con."
Like, I am done, and I went, "Okay, cool." Like, I'm sorry to see you go, but okay, cool. Like give us room for the rest of us to move in.
I mean, he's a great presenter, but
yeah.
I've never been to one of his panels that I haven't learned something from.
I had a great time doing my 80s panel, which was weird because I walk in. First of all, when you walk into a room at 11 in the morning on a Friday at a con, what do you normally expect?
No one there.
Like 3 people, maybe.
Yes, but I've had the opposite experience before.
I walk in and the room is it's like full of people. I go, "Hi, everyone. How you doing?"
So, most of the time I do 11 a.m. Friday panels. No one's there. Like 5 KatsuCons ago. No, was it 5? I don't know. I was still in college. I had a morning class. And then at 10 had an 11 a.m. panel. The other members of Winning the War on Parents run that panel. I was like, maybe I can skip on class and do it, but probably not. So I get out of class like 5 minutes or like class. I show up for attendance, tell the teacher, hey, I gotta go. I gotta take care of this. He's like, you're always here. You can go. Get on the highway, drive like a maniac, show up, walk into the panel 10 minutes late. I try to sneak in the back just to like quality check it. Full room.
Like, hi, everyone.
Like, full room. So I just like quietly sneak in the back, like, oh, Shep, you thought you'd sneak in here. It's like, I thought I wasn't doing this panel.
I didn't realize.
Now you gotta call me out.
How dare you? Yeah, so I've done a lot of morning Friday panels, and it's normally one of our educational ones. So it's a lot of talking. It's it's good things to learn, but our educational ones are usually a little dry. I try to make it interesting, but there's only so much I can do involving like posing and taxes. What do you want me to do?
There's only so much I can do talking about the philosophical underpinnings of the American Revolution.
There's only so much I can do talking about the Freudian understanding of women's breasts and lollies. Actually, that is actually something I can do. That's actually hilarious. But when I get into a rabbit hole of something, I get into a rabbit hole of something, and it's a lot of dry information. So trying to get it out there amusingly is harder.
Yeah.
So walking in, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing an entertainment panel to start. Okay, well, it's
Okay.
morning. I'll have like 3 people there because it's Friday morning. Walk in, full room, like, hi everyone. You do know this is the '80s panel, right? You go, yeah. Okay then.
Okay then.
Okay then. And then like I set it up and I tried I couldn't figure out how to get the sound system to work. I'm like, well, I'm yelling through the entirety of this panel. I left my mask on the entire time because DerpyCon was a mask at all times panel.
You weren't even allowed to take it off to present.
I don't know if we were or we weren't, and I wasn't gonna bother with that. And I was like, I'll just keep it. Like they were like, oh well, if you really need to, if you don't, I go, I'll just leave it on. I'm not gonna bother because if someone starts bitching about it, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. And
I'm still annoyed about something that happened at a panel to another panelist.
oh yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I did that panel, and large number of people were there, and then we had the cosplay business of cosplay photography one, which is again it's taxes, it's legal forms, it's lots of dry content, and I had 3 people in the audience total. But that's what I normally expect, and these people were like there to listen. They were asking questions. Like it's an educational panel.
Like if you have like 5 people in 3 to 5 people in the room, but they're all engaged.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's good. It's awesome. Like that's
like
really
you
all
want. Obviously, you want more people in the room, but
I'd love to, like I mean, ClassicCon East. I had a ton of people in that room for that panel. I go, you all do know I'm talking about contracts and taxes, right? Like, I'm glad you're all here, but it's going to be a lot of dry information, and it's not about posing. That's an entirely different panel, and they did not accept it this year.
I might show up to your business of cosplay photography panel one of these days.
It is boring. I okay.
To ask about contracts.
I'm gonna kill
and
you.
To ask about contracts and copyrights.
I mean, it's a lot of
just
completely
derail the panel.
Actually, I go over a lot of stuff involving contracts and copyright, especially photo rights. Because so many times you see stupid people like, no, you have total rights to do that. I go, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You're wrong. What's in your contract? We don't have a contract. Then you don't.
Then you don't. You have a verbal. Do you at least have a verbal contract?
It doesn't matter. You can't. It doesn't matter what you have and do not have. It's what you can prove.
It's what you can prove. There's a verbal. If you have a verbal contract, that is a valid contract.
Can you prove it?
But can you prove it?
Yeah.
A written contract exists as proof of the contract.
Exactly.
This is not legal advice, by the way. I am not a lawyer.
It is a little legal advice. I will say
I am not a. This is not legal advice.
I am not a lawyer, but I'm going to say, yeah, you should probably have your contracts written out. Just a heads, just a thought. I mean,
just for practical purposes, so you know what's in it.
Be nice. A little bit. Anyway, that's an ongoing thing. And then censorship in anime. So I figured out how to get the mics to work by that panel. I was like, oh,
by
good.
that panel.
Yeah. I was just like, I've done everything right. Why can't I get this damn thing to turn on? Darren, did you check the power switch? Son of a bitch.
Did you try turning it on and off again?
How about just turning it on? End statement. Like, it just, like, no one turned it on. Like, they set it up, and then they didn't...
Pieced out. Without turning it on.
Well, I walked in, and all the mics were off. And I'm like, okay, let me just turn the mic. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't... What the fuck? And I'm looking at them, adjusting levels. I'm changing everything around. I'm messing with I'm like, none of this is working. Why doesn't any of this work? I'm looking at it going, I can't figure this out. Are the speakers on? Oh, duh. So like someone turned off the speakers, and I'm like, why would you do
this?
Why would you like turning off the mics? I get so you don't have, but why the speakers? So and then no audio out or audio line. So whatever. So we did censorship of anime. which everyone was one involved, full room. I was up against the burlesque
Oh, shit.
halfway through my thing. So like people who were waiting for the blast were obviously there to check out my thing. Then they like 10:25 hit, they all like bolted. And then a bunch of other people came in and I go, "Hey, welcome. You're here right as we're showing titty. Good timing.
Good time.
Good timing." I have to go and change that entire panel for next year now.
Oh no.
I mean, we're only doing redo of Healer.
I haven't seen any other heavily censored anime recently. That was the most egregious.
There's a ton. There is a ton.
I know there's a ton. I just haven't seen anything egregious recently.
It's because they know we're watching them now, so they're like, "Ah, crap." Although, World End Harem got one episode in, for they delayed it till January. So I'm just saying that's a little odd for you to premiere the show and then delay it.
No, delay it
to make sure it's following proper protocols for television.
That it's like this. How they censor this? They delay the show.
They delayed the show for 3 months for an entire season. So I was like, "Oh, sweet! I'm gonna get my horny anime in the middle of up." No, well, at least I have my other horny anime. Mother Love Alternative happened. There we go. Anyway,
does Mother Love Alternative count?
It's based off of a porn game, so I want to say yes.
Then do all the fates count?
Some of them do, especially Prisma Ilia.
Well, of course, Prisma Ilia counts.
Ugh.
But does Fate Apocrypha count?
Wait, is it lesbianism, incest, or is it masturbation?
Well, Miyu is Ilya from an alternate universe. What the shit? I did not request that to play.
Or did you?
I had the I had the Metacritic stream paused, and apparently he took it down, so it said autoplay Count Dankula. I was like,
okay,
YouTube. I didn't choose to play it. YouTube chose to play it.
Moving on. We can't say Metacritic though. It's too late. You've already said it twice. So we will be able to go and download this in 2 weeks.
Wait, who's able?
There are certain names you can't say online.
Excuse me, Quarantine Coof.
The wiki don't like.
Jim's friend from Minnesota.
Moving on. So incest, masturbation, or just plain lesbianism. What is it?
Well, it's not plain lesbianism because it's loli, so it's
lolis can be lesbians. I don't see.
So it's lowly lesbianism, not just plain lesbianism.
Whatever.
But whether it's incest or masturbation, in addition to that, God damn it, Fate.
Yeah, that's kind of the reaction. God damn it, Fate. So there you are. The answer is
God
yes.
damn it.
Yes.
God damn it, Nasu.
Yes, it's always porn. There you go. You just might not realize it until it's too late.
Until it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. What else is there? So we were talking about how a lot of the smaller cons didn't survive the pandemic.
Who could have seen that coming?
I saw it coming from a mile away. It's sad that it happened. Unfortunately, that was the end result. And a lot of venues closed out because of the same issue. So I think what we're going to have here is going to be a sudden decrease in the small budget cons. Now, college cons probably aren't. Most of them didn't survive. Majority of them did not survive.
I know at least one that's happening, but
I know only one that's happening that we normally go to. Everything else is outside of our area. I don't really count Setsucon because it's going on forever.
It's been it's been going on forever. It'll probably keep going on and after the world's end.
It'll go on well after Ilya bangs her brother.
Oh Lord. Well, it survived. It survived. What's his face? Sandusky
Mm-hmm.
with the rest of the college.
Yep. So who knows? And then you've got what else? Like so, a lot of the college cons are gone. A lot of the small budget cons are gone. Not just anime, but also video games, comics, horror.
Yeah.
They're gone. They're dead right now.
The only
way
ones
it
that
is.
really survived were in Texas and Florida, and I wonder why.
They were open to the public. Everything on the East Coast otherwise died. Just the way it rolls. And the ones that survived were the larger cons who either had money saved up or the ones who said we have to open or we can't happen again. And when they opened, they managed to gain enough attendance to continue working, which is great. It's a good thing. I'm very happy that these long-standing conventions continue to go on, and I had a great time at some of these conventions. Otakon, ClassCon East, Anime Matsuri, great times overall.
Yes.
So, my overall problem is there's still a lot of people who are very skittish about going to cons, and I go, that's fine, you don't have to go. My
But
problem,
it's gonna hurt the small cons still.
that's fine. Other people will take your spot. While other people are so craving for a convention, the MagFest line is ridiculous. The KatsuCon line is ridiculous.
The Baltimore Comic Con line was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, let me put it this. I got myself my KatsuCon tickets. I also got myself a KatsuCon hotel room. And apparently the fact that I got it was amazing because I did it in like a minute. And apparently after that 1 minute, all hotels
Yeah, they were
taken,
already sold out.
gone. So that hotel room block was gone. MagFest has that weird thing where you have to buy a ticket first before you can even get a hotel room reservation.
And that was the usual shit show.
And that was also a crapshoot, and that also ended up with all the hotels just gone. It's not happening.
Well, that's partially because that's a 20,000 person con, and there's only 10,000 hotel rooms.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was only a 15,000 person con.
Or it's 15,000 or whatever, but
whatever.
There's not enough hotel rooms.
All right. Well, I was just going like if there's 10,000 hotel rooms, 4 person per hotel room. But that's just me doing. That's just
But
me.
even then, it's not everyone's going to get a room.
Probably not. That's an ongoing issue, and a lot of the usual suspects I see at cons have not been at cons. But what I've seen is a lot of new blood at cons.
Yeah, there's been a lot of new blood,
which is great. The convention scene needed new blood.
Yeah.
So it usually happens over time. People end up growing out of cons because they no longer. I mean, they're just there to spend money and they're just there to do whatever. And most people have moved on to having kids. Outside of like performers or vendors and stuff like that, I don't expect to see most people still being at cons. A lot of people I went to cons with when I was 18 stop going to cons when I was 25.
Yeah.
It's because they kids, a life, stuff. Well, I was doing cons as a performer at that point, working conventions. So I didn't get out of the lifestyle. I like doing this. I'm going to find a way to make money and stay here.
Yeah. And like I'm downside, like I intend to keep going, but I'm having to downsize what I do because life.
Yeah, that's usually what ends up happening is people end up downsizing and they end up going away. It's normal.
I hope I don't go away, but
if it happens, it happens. Like I'm not going to begrudge anyone who goes, listen, my life changed. Do you? So my spring and my fall are an absolute and total upheaval because my summertime is I hit every big con that I have in the area. Anime Next, Otakon, ClassCon East, Kineticon, and we might be doing Prime this year. So ClassCon Prime. So I'm
gonna
like
find a way to do Prime.
That's 5 really big conventions, and that's 5 really expensive conventions.
Yeah.
So you're looking at me going, that's my summer. So during the fall and the spring, we do smaller cons. DerpyCon, ZenkaiCon. We always open the year with KatsuCon because we're idiots. Like, I always have a good time at KatsuCon, and everyone's really surprised because I'm like, I had a terrible time. I go, why do you keep coming back? You keep telling me how much of a bad time you had every year.
They
But
they go because it's cosplay con, and they have a bad time because the cosplay community is toxic.
I'm part of the. Well, no, I'm part of the photog. No, I'm part. No, I'm part of the ethot community, apparently. So it's entirely.
So you're in that community. You're on the edges.
I'm on the edge of it. I'm an ethot photographer. I sit right over here, and the cosplay community is over nya, and they all judge me while they sell pictures of their ass on Patreon. Whatever. Not my problem. That's an ongoing thing. So, I mean, you were there the last KatsuCon 2020?
29. Yeah, 2020.
2020. It was the last con of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, last con of the, because I think that happened, and then everything started shutting down immediately.
Immediately after the con.
Like 2 weeks after. The boop went up. Which is upsetting because I made a
it shut down right like the week of ZenkaiCon. It shut down.
Yeah, like the entire nation went dawn. All right, well,
people still went to the ZenkaiCon hotel and hung out because they were just like, "F it, I'm doing this anyway."
Like, I already put in the time. I already have the hotel room. I'm going. I hadn't put in my time yet, so that happened. You know what was really upsetting about that happening that way is I had a really banger of a COVID joke, and I can never repeat it now because of everything that happened. Like, I said it during Just Say It already, and I'll tell you right now, I heard someone say in the audience, "Oh my god," while laughing because it was just so at the edge of wrong, and I'm like, ah ha ha ha.
And now it is wrong.
And now it's like, oh no, I can never say that ever again.
KatsuCon's the place for those jokes. Like, they don't, like, the organizers probably don't think so, but everyone I know has made some sort of joke in a panel.
The audience craves it because it's a bunch of toxic cosplayers. That's an ongoing thing. So yeah, so my entire spring and fall are just in upheaval. I have to find new small cons to do during the spring and fall, because that's where we do a lot of our practice stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprisingly last weekend Bloomsburg started up their small college con again.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they?
I performed at that.
Did they announce it, or was it just like, oh, we're doing it?
Well, they found out last minute that they were doing it. They got approval to do it last minute.
We're doing it. We're going. Okay.
And then it was kind of a mess because they were trying to organize stuff, and as they were trying to organize stuff last minute, on the morning of the con, Max crashed his car.
Oof. Ouch.
So he gave in pissed, was like, oh god.
Yeah, no. It was weird watching Manly Battleships just being Max all weekend. I was like, man, no one else. I'm
kind of used to that, either it just being Max or the Max and Brooke show at this point.
Well, it's because of the last year, because of the pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
Because whenever it's just been the Max and Brooke show for them. As the other people can't go due to health concerns. So
yeah.
And then no judgment there. That's you. Go nuts. Everyone in my group is A-okay and ready to roll as I continue to look for a female performer to help us out on the panelist group.
I can't help you there.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. That's okay. I'll find a female performer eventually. Like, why do you need a female performer, Darren? For several reasons. The first being, we're all big fat guys on the stage together. The second being, if we add a girl, we've hit every diversity quota.
There's one you haven't met.
Which one?
No, You've met that.
Yeah, I have.
Never mind.
You're wrong.
You've met that.
I have.
I was gonna say you don't have First Nation or whatever, but no mestizo. You met it.
I have met every box but female. That's it. All right. So what's your feeling on cons? Because I've gotten everyone else's feeling, which is pretty much small budget cons are probably out. They're gone, and we're gonna have an issue.
They're out, and that's sad, but that's also an opening for new cons.
Who has the capital for that?
But no one has the capital is the problem because the economy's in the shitter.
Yeah. So until the economy bounces back, I don't expect a new con that just suddenly pop up.
But there's opportunities, I would say, for like stuff like maybe anime carbides or stuff like that.
That's my overall
like
plan.
To start something that could grow into a con.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on small events right now to make these things happen. And
I think if I could find a fucking venue, maybe like an anime gun show or something. Because that's a weird cross section of the community was extremely underserved, and now there's also an opening for events.
Yeah, so it'll be a weird thing. I think we're pretty much done. We've gone over everything. PAX South is dead. Most small budget cons are dead. Check your small budget con. Make sure they're okay, folks.
Make sure they're okay.
Make sure they're okay.
If you're in the Midwest during Katsucon weekend and you don't want to go to Katsucon, I do know the Akron Anime Club is having a con called ZipsCon on the campus of Akron.
Okay.
I would not be attending. I will be coming home to going to my local anime con, Katsucon.
And I will
because I want to go home.
And I will be at Katsucon because I am a dirty smut peddler who takes pictures of cosplay girls' boobs and pay them for that. So you know. You weren't at the ClassicCon East hotel when I was giving Brooke and her sister massages, and it's just like, why are there naked girls in the room, Darren? Why are there not naked girls in the room?
Or are they not?
Why would there not be? Think long and hard about the content that's in the membership area for only $12 a month. All right. This has been Darren of hentai-cake.com blatantly putting down the obvious shilling.
I was about to say that was a really smooth, obvious shill.
I've had nothing but really good obvious shills throughout all of DerpyCon. So,
and this is Shep signing off.
All right. Good night, everybody.